blowaways. What's up with blowaways? Well, how is that different than a flyaway? What's going on here? A blowaway is similar to a flyaway where your drone just it takes off, but instead not because of the GPS or because of some malfunction. It's because just the wind is too strong. The wind picks up, and your drone can't fight through it and get back to where you are. So typically this happens with these Mavic Minis, right? Less than a half a pound. The wind can really push these things, and you might when you go first take your drone off, you don't really you should know the wind speed, but you don't know it can increase over the 20 minutes you're flying or whatever. Especially if you're near the water, things can change quickly, or you just might not realize that it's a lot windier 50 feet up than where you first take off. So if this starts to happen, typically the drone is half a mile downwind. Maybe it's different, more windy over there, and you try to bring the drone back and it just can't fight the wind. It's pitched forward as far as it can go. It's just too light and the wind is pushing it, and your battery's low, and it can't push through the wind to get to where you're at, right? So it's eventually going to run out of battery. So this is what we call a blowaway. With the blowaway, you kind of need to, it's avoidable to some extent. So you got to think about, if it's windy, reduce your flight area. Don't let it get too far away. And if it does get too far away, if it's upwind, you're fine, right? The wind will push the thing back to you. If you fly towards yourself and the wind is behind it, it's going to have no problem getting to you at all. It's just when you got a crosswind or a headwind, right? So think about the wind direction. Think about starting your flight, downwind of where you're at. So if it has to fight to get there, or if it can't get to where you want it to go, all right, wouldn't have come back. So blow away avoided. The other thing to kind of consider is, if you find yourself in this situation and the drone is out there, like, you can start walking towards it, maybe get to it. The other thing is, don't wait too long. Don't wait until that battery is really depleted, right? So because if it's at some point it's going to hit, the wind's pushing it, it's probably journeying pretty quickly. When that battery reaches a critical point, it's just going to say, all right, I'm going to land no matter what. And it's going to drop and land wherever you're at. A couple things to think about with that is you can't really control that. You don't know, wherever it's just going to land wherever it wants to land, right? Whether that's in the middle of the street or in someone's pool or in a big tree. If you can recognize this more quickly and, have a little bit of battery power left, you could probably put it, drop it in an area, point the camera down, look at it, figure out where a good place to land it is. Give yourself some battery power in order to put the drone where you want it, where you know where it is, so you can go find it. The worst thing is that everything cuts off. Now your drone is gone. The other thing is your battery is now dead, so it's not going to be able to, the find your drone functionality isn't going to last very long. So, staying on, staying lit up, sending information, you'll be able to find it if you have some battery power. If you completely burn through all your battery power, it's going to make this more difficult. And so, if you find yourself in the situation like, this thing isn't coming back, it says it's got 5 minutes left, I'm going to find a place to land and I'm going to start walking, right? So kind of be aware of that the battery power isn't just for bringing the drone back. It's to keep it lit up and keep it in a state where your controller will be able to find it and keep with the Find My Drone. So careful with these things. Like I said, if you're upwind, doesn't matter. Wind will help you, but if you're downwind, you don't want to lose these things. All right. So avoid blowaways. A little prior planning.